We live. What's up, sports fans? This is Talk Colada presented by Boot Crew Media. Talk Colada presented by Coated Collection, the Black and Gold Sports Shop on Veterans in Metairie, and Helm Paint and Decorating. This broadcast is decorated by Helm Paint and Decorating, the official paint and decorating center of Talk Colada. We are here live with the commissioner of arguably the greatest fantasy football league in the history of the world. How long has this league lasted? My good friend and commissioner, Matt Felger, ladies and gentlemen.
Happy to be here. Man, it's been like fifth grade, dude. If not before that. I mean, we got some tenure.
We do have some tenure. We have some raw talent. We've had some people cycle in. We've had some people cycle out. We'd like to give a brief shout out to all the fallen members of the Metairie Fantasy Football League. Shout out Nick Johnson, Sloan Gardner, a couple other names. Marcus Simon was scout in the league.
Yeah, Scout was actually Scout. Goday drafted Scout's team, and I think he came in second. Kind of strong.
Yeah. Forrest Montgomery.
Yeah.
So shout out to all the fallen members, and shout out to the two Mitches who have recently joined the league. I can't remember, 3-4 years ago maybe, but we got two Mitches, and I got to give them credit. They're both pretty good.
Yeah.
But what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to give you some Helm Yeah moments of the week. And by that, I mean, we're going to give you a pure, raw, unadulterated breakdown of each fantasy football team in this league. 12-man league, okay, PPR league. And anything else need be said, Felger, besides the fact that you've just been slacking your ass off on a midseason review? This guy was supposed to, just so everybody knows, I mean, I'll give him a chance to defend himself, but this guy was supposed to give a Balfour report, a what do you call it?
Manifesto.
A manifesto before the season started. Then it was, oh, hey guys, I'm gonna need like 2 weeks. I'll give the manifesto after week 2. And then it was like, oh, hey guys, just I'm just gonna go ahead and wait until halfway through the freaking league to just grade y'all's teams. So I had to call him up today. It's Tuesday. It's October 26th, the year of our Lord 2021. And I just said, you know what, Felger? It's now or never, buddy. Thoughts on just your slacking as commissioner, real quick?
I mean, man, the mid-year review sounded proper. It seemed like a good time, a good excuse. Dude, it's just part of getting married. Things get left behind a little bit.
All right, yeah. Shout out to Julie Heigl, your beloved wife. I guess that's a decent excuse, but we're gonna get started here, folks. This is Talk Colada, presented by Coated Collection, decorated by Helm Paint, and here we go. First team, Felder's gonna give us some details if I don't remember whose team it is, or if I don't remember what the record is. But I'm going to pull up a team. We're going to go through it briefly, and then we're both going to give it a grade. And then at the end, I'll average it out and pop up the final grade on the screen. And what else needs to be said? Oh, I did want to mention that some of these team names are inappropriate, so I've cropped them out. That's important to know.
That's a good move.
Here we go. First team. I believe this is Trevor's, correct?
This is Trevor's team. Trevor does all right. I wanted, funny story, I wanted Nick Chubb, and Trevor was right before me, so I convinced him into Jonathan Taylor, who's actually had a pretty good year. He just fumbles a little bit.
Yeah.
He puts a good team. Thielen is always a beast.
So Trevor's team, real quick, it's called, the name of the team is not, it's appropriate enough to mention. It's most handsome in the league, which is just a very bold claim from Trevor.
Not an accurate claim.
Just not an accurate claim. But he's 4-3, folks. He's 4-3 with this squad. And I'll give a quick run through, and then I'll let Felger take over, and then we'll give him a grade. All right, so Lamar Jackson, great guy, great player, all-time athlete, all-world listener of Talk a Lotta. And so I like that. Good pick there. Jonathan Taylor, strong. Javonte Williams, DeAndre Hopkins, strong. Robert Woods, Uzuma had a good week last week. I'll give you like a C for that. Christian Kirk, not really a guy you can trust as a flex. Jets defense, don't know what the hell you're thinking there. That's the worst team in the NFL. And Nick Folk, decent guy, decent kicker. So I do see that you have Thielen, Sony Michel, Cole Beasley, and Alexander Madison on your bench. Trevor, for me, I'm going to give this team a grade of C+. Belger, take it away.
Yeah, I think C+ is pretty accurate. I might give them the B- here because, like I said, Thielen's nice. Javonte Williams, he's kind of coming along. He's taken over a little bit for Melvin Gordon, that two-headed monster over there in Denver. But Trevor puts it together good. I mean, the one thing he can't do anymore, we had to change the waivers because that dude would wait up till like 3 a.m. to go pick up people.
Yeah, he was that guy.
The league crisis.
You never want that guy.
It's a league crisis, so we had to figure that out. But no, I give him a C. I mean, he's looking like a C here.
Okay, so you're saying C. I'm going to be nice and give him a C+.
Yeah, I mean he's wild card potential.
And so when we
better.
Yeah, and so when we do these averages, we'll round up. So I'm giving C+. Felder's giving C. So Trev, you got a C+, boss. Next team, Tannehill's team. Who's that?
That's Mitch Alexander or Mitch. Yeah.
Mitch Alexander's team is. Oh yeah, we weren't supposed to say last names, but sorry, Mitch. Because I didn't ask for their permission to do this. Anyway, his team is 3-4. The name of the team is Just One Pancake. And I'll let you take this one away.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, Mitch, great addition, great guy. He's got Aaron Jones. I remember he went early on Aaron Jones, like 4th pick. Scary Terry is definitely good, even with the backup quarterback in there. I think Heineke is how you say it.
They were Heineke.
Yeah, I mean, Lockett. I mean, these are struggling with Geno in. Kyle Pitts is starting to come along. Emmanuel Sanders. No, dude, he's looking pretty good. Bucker's not playing as well because the Chiefs are just doo-doo this year.
Yeah. But I'm sure they absolutely dominate the Giants on Monday night this week.
Yeah, they're due to come out and fire away. Antonio Gibson, yeah, dude, Mitch, I like this team, man. I'm going Mitch. I got a quarterback. I got Stafford on the bench. We need to talk about a trade there. I'll give Mitch. I'll give him the B here.
Okay, I'm going to give him a B-, but we'll round up to a B. I don't like Tannehill. I like everybody else in your team. Emmanuel Sanders doesn't blow me away, but yeah, I like that. Okay, so B for Mitch.
Yeah, and Mitch is in 3rd to last, so he's got an uphill battle here.
Well, I'm in last, so I can't talk shit.
Well, we can discuss that later about your strategies with drafting over the years.
All right. Next team. Who's got Josh Allen?
This is Brandon.
All right. So Brandon's team, the name of his team is Tim Patrick. I see that he does indeed have Tim Patrick on his bench, which is a valid team name. But it's not like when, I respect that he has Tim Patrick on his roster because for a long time I had the team name Snilly Weed and I never had Willie Snead on my team. But every now and then I would just add him from the waivers just to give context to my team name. But anyway, all that aside, Brandon, your team is not good, buddy. I'm okay with saying that because I'm in dead last along with you, but this team is just not good. I mean, actually, Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs, what a great wide receiver combo. How are you not winning more games? I don't know. Felger, what are your thoughts?
Oh, Brandon. Brandon's the guy who, no matter what his team, he picks him. I was like, man, that's a damn good-looking team. Um, but no, man, you're looking at Diggs. Diggs is usually pretty dominant. Tyreek Hill, that's the Chiefs' problem. They just can't get it together this year. I think Tyreek's been having like a nagging injury too. TJ Hawkinson hadn't done much. Mike Davis. I mean, anyone on the Falcons is just not where you want to be.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, the way I see it, Felge, and I don't know how you see it, but Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs, great wide receiver combo. But if you can't back that up with a decent RB combo, then your team's just not going to do shit. And James Conner and who is that?
Devontae Booker. He's just in there for Saquon.
Yeah. Wait, but he doesn't even have Saquon. You do.
Yeah, he snagged him.
Are you mad that he snagged him?
It's just typical Brandon. You know how it goes.
But hey, Brandon, we love you. I'm gonna come visit you soon in Houston. But as much as I love you, I can't keep looking at those two running backs. That running back duo, I mean, makes me want to have a drink at 12 p.m. So I'm going to be harsh on this grade and give you a D+.
I'm giving them the C. Let's go C- for him.
All right. So we're averaging that out to C-. Next up, Kyler Murray, Alvin Kamara, Elijah Mitchell. This team must be pretty good. Felge, remind me who this is.
Cooper Kupp. I think this is
It's got to be James or Taylor.
Oh, this is Trey. This is Austin. This is Austin. Yeah. He's got Kamara.
Austin's team name, the future champ. Austin's team logo, unable to be shared on this podcast. However, Austin's team quality, deserving of a shout out. I mean, at first glance, I don't even need to look at your bench. This is getting an A- from me. I don't really need to just look at the team, y'all. I mean, if you took the time to watch just two fantasy football lovers talk about their respective teammates, I mean, this might not get any hits, might not get any likes, might not get any follows. But when I tell you it's worth looking at this team, I'm getting a fantasy football.
I mean, Mike Williams and Cooper Kupp. I mean, Mike Williams is the absolute steal of the draft. Dude came out of Mitch drafts him every year, and this is the first year he hasn't drafted him, and he's having a career year. Hate to see it. But
there's two guys I'm really mad that I didn't draft in. Well, actually, I have Cooper Kupp in one of my 5 leagues, but not on the deviated septums. That's my team name in this league. But one guy I'm just like so frustrated with, and I knew as soon as I finished my last of the 5 drafts, Felger, I knew that when I didn't take him, and I probably could have gotten him on the waiver wire because I don't know if he went in every week. But like the fact that I didn't get Jamar Chase in one of my 5 weeks is just like it keeps me up at night.
Dude, they're saying stuff about Joe Burrow being the next Tom Brady. Someone said that. I think Rex Ryan said that or something.
I mean, Jamar Chase looks like the next Randy Moss. He's on pace to break his rookie season record.
Yeah, it's crazy what they're doing over there. Like, think about the Bengals were so bad with Dalton. They were like 2-14, I think, one year. Now they're first in the AFC.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
They're literally the best team in the AFC right now. After beating the Ravens, and I tell you what, Jamar Chase and Cooper Kupp are, Devontae Adams and DeAndre Hopkins deserve to always be in the discussion. They are just playmakers like we've never seen. Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, if you just want to count him as a wide receiver, those guys always deserve to be in the discussion. But right now, after week 7, okay, there's no question. You can't argue with me. Like, if you want to have this debate, hop on the podcast. You can't argue with me that Cooper Kupp and Jamar Chase are not the 2 best players at the wide receiver position right now, as far as performance, as far as results, not just fantasy football. Like, if they weren't on their respective teams, their teams would be so bad. That's what I'm saying. They're the 2 best wide receivers in the league right now.
Yeah, they're providing value. That's a great segment idea, to just have people come on and argue with you. Arguments with a lot of.
I know. We should just get the whole league in here.
It'd be too much banter.
too much.
But all right, I'm throwing this. Dude, I'll throw this an A- too. I mean, I'm concerned. I'm concerned about Austin trying to make a run here. The guy,
What's
dude,
his
he put it
record?
together. Huh?
His record's really not. He's 3-4 with this team. I mean, we have a really we have just a talented league. A lot of guys can put up a lot of numbers. I mean,
Yeah, it's the bad luck. You know how it works. You just get
Mitch Capella's team has the most points by far, and at one point he was in last place. That's why his team name is Gritty into 12th.
Well, dude, they just added those final standings projections on ESPN.
Yeah, brought to us by IBM, our friends at IBM Watson.
Thank you, IBM. Dude, and he's projected to be in first now. It's kind of making me mad.
Oh, I mean, he probably does have the best team. Tied with you probably. All right, here we go. This is Goday's team. He's always in the conversation for the playoffs. He's always seems to be always fighting for a top seed. And here's why. He just puts good players on the board. Go for it, Felge.
Dude, I mean, Goday, I'm mad at Goday hard because I love my favorite player in fantasy football is George Kittle. Love him to death. He's having a bad year, but I picked him the year he balled out, and I always try to snag him. Goday with the ballsy 2 tight ends in the first 2 round strategy. And it worked out because he snagged James Robinson for a discount when Travis Etienne got the boot, or I think he tore his ACL or something late in the season. But no, dude, Goday's team is good. I mean, he dropped, I think, he dropped all his money on Dearness Johnson. That did Cleveland.
I just realized I haven't spent shit on the waiver wires. I probably should get on that considering I'm in last place. Love that you have a young man by the name of Amon-Ra St. Brown on the team. That's up there with Aquanamius St. Brown as some of the best names in the NFL.
He had a goose egg, however.
Can we give a shout out to Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis real quick, the law firm?
Also, John David Booty.
I was about to say that next. Also, Matt Mock, great fantasy player. I drafted you one year. I don't even think you were on the list, but I just wrote your name in. Just wanted to let you know that. John David Booty, I select every year, first round. Aquanamius St. Brown, great names. All great names. Matt Felger, great name.
They dude, I tell you what, this team though, I'm gonna throw Goday.
Let's give it a grade. We gotta move this thing along.
Yeah, I know we're just farting around. All right, let's throw him a B+. Let's give him the B+. I'm gonna give him a B+.
Yeah, I agree with that. All right, moving right along. Dak Prescott, Zeke, we all know whose team this is. This is Gritty into 12th. He's got the most points in the league. We're talking about potentially creating a 6th spot in the playoff in case the guy who has the most points scored does indeed not make it into the top 6 standings. And I mean, deservingly so. I would vote for that. Personally, I feel like that's a cool kind of perk to a league if you can do that. But hey, Mitch Capella, he's in med school, and he started off 0-3, and now he's just turning the tide. Give me a breakdown of your highlight players here. I mean, there's a lot, but go ahead, Felge.
Dude, I mean, we got to talk about or bring light to the fact that there's a trade between you and Capella, and it's pretty obvious that Capella won that trade. So it makes me think there's some type of collusion, maybe an investigation. This is not the first time there's been a Collada Capella trade that has caused some ripples.
We're not colluding. Like I genuinely want to win this league, but I never do.
For the people, the trade was Antonio Brown and Damian Harris, correct?
I gave away Antonio Brown and Damian Harris. He gave me Marquez Callaway and Melvin Gordon.
Horrible. I mean, you just have a Saints bias.
I have a Saints bias, and honestly, last year I had a Buccaneers bias. I don't know if you remember, but I had like 18 Buccaneers on my team. Yeah. I had Brady Gronk. I think I had AB. I think I had Leonard Fournette. I think I had the Bucs defense and kicker. I think I had 6 Buccaneers on my roster last year, which wouldn't have been a bad move this year. But hey, Capella seems to be on to something with starting 2 wide receivers from the same team. I thought that was going to hurt him, but it seems like one of those 2 are going to just go off every week. And if the other one gets 10 to 12 points, I mean, that's genius. So props to you on that.
Yeah, I'm throwing Capella. I'm throwing a Capella the A- here too. Maybe I'm being too nice, but he's got Dak, Zeke, Swift. They're all strong. I mean, he's got no weaknesses, honestly.
No weaknesses. Saints defense pretty strong. I don't know if you want to start them this week against the Bucks, but
he's good.
Any other week, the Saints defense have the potential to score a lot of points in fantasy. So yeah, I agree. A-. Next up, Kirk Cousins, Chuba Hubbard, also known as Chuba Hubbard, McKissick, Higgins, Sutton, Foster Moreau, shout out Jesuit, shout out Tigers, shout out Raiders. I mean, shit. Darren Waller goes down, and Mr. Crapanzano, working over at Children's Hospital. He's the one team name that we can't say on air here. So he scoops up Foster Moreau, Darren Waller's backup, and deservingly so. Foster made one of the best catches I've seen from a tight end this year. I'm sorry, Joe. I love you as a person, but I absolutely cannot stand you as a fantasy football owner. And I'm going to give your team an F regardless of how good it looks. So that's how much I hate you as a fantasy football opponent. You just beat me this week because what's his name? What's his name? The Seahawks running back.
Oh, Alex Collins?
Yeah, because Alex Collins only got 6 points and Marquez Callaway only got like 8. And all I needed was like 20 from them on Monday Night Football to beat you. And you somehow just beat me every year. But, hey, I beat you in your auction league, and I'm in first place in the auction league. So eat that, take that. I'm giving your team an F. I genuinely don't think this team is good, Matt. Thoughts?
Yeah, Joe's having a down year. I mean, I want to take this team and just absolutely blow my nose in it and throw it away. You're looking at a D here. I mean, I know you got hurt with McCaffrey and Waller and you got injuries, but excuses are just not going to happen here. Just got to make it happen.
We're not going to allow the excuses. Not only that, we just gave your team an average of a D-. I want you to know that. We have yet to give an F. I don't know what direction Felder's going to take with the upcoming teams, including my team. But, Joe, I gave you an F. He gave you a D. That averages out to a D-. Next up. Joey B, looking good. Let me tell you. Joe Mixon, looking good. Fournette, Devontae Adams, Jalen Waddle, decent. Jonnu Smith, decent. Jamar Chase, incredible.
Yeah,
this guy really loves the Bengals. He just moved out of New Orleans to Houston, correct?
Yeah. Oh my.
This is one of many Cusimanos. He's typically one to struggle in this league and usually owns the place of last, usually owns the place of 12th, and usually owns the place of having to chug a beer every week for getting the lowest points. But this year, let's check the record on this. Felder, give me a breakdown while I check the record.
Dude, he's in. Mike's he's in second, dude. I mean, and the story here is
he's 4-3.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, Mike, he drafts with his heart. I mean, you can look at this team and you see Burrow, LSU, Fournette, LSU, Devontae's just going to get you points, Jamar Chase, LSU. The guy drafts Keenan Allen every year. I don't know why. He's got this thing for Keenan Allen.
And honestly, I see Jarvis Landry down there at the bottom. We're not going to talk about bench players too much. We're really just looking at starters. But obviously, some of these guys haven't switched out some bye week players. But look, I mean, Chase Edmonds was a good pick at the start of the draft, but I don't even know what they're doing. They don't really need a running back. They have a guy named Kyler Murray on the team, and they might as well just put like Ben Jarvis, Green Ellis, or like some no-name guy in there and just save the money. But yeah, let's just give this a grade. We got to move along. Mike, I love the team. I'm one to draft with bias. I mean, you literally have like 7 LSU players on this roster, and then Devontae Adams and an Alabama boy, Jalen Waddle. You got our guy Jason Myers for the Seattle Seahawks as your kicker. Great guy. Great all-around guy.
Great yesterday. 2 missed field goals for the Hoodats. Thank you, Jason.
Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that. And we appreciate your contribution to our shitty 13-10 victory. However, Mike, I like your team. It's projected to score 94.8 points. without your defense. Obviously, Devontae Adams is out, so that'll help when you plug Keenan Allen in. But I got to be honest here. As much as I like the bias, I got to give you like a B- or a C+. I can't decide. Felder, help me.
I'm throwing him the B, and he's just getting lucky that he's having a really up year for LSU guys. Like Fournette is taking over that backfield. We're giving him a B. Good luck.
All right. I say B-. He says B, so we round up to a B. Next up, Jalen Hurts, Darrell Henderson, Michael Carter, Calvin Ridley, Chris Godwin, Hunter Henry, Brandon Cooks as the starters. You got Austin Eckler, who's a very good fantasy player, on your bench. Chris Carson on IR. I'm just going to throw out a grade that first comes to mind. Jalen Hurts doesn't excite me. Darrell Henderson does. Michael Carter doesn't excite me. Your wide receivers do. And Austin Eckler excites me. None of your other players do. So I'll say E.
Yeah. This is Jimbo.
A B team.
This is Jimbo.
This is James.
Yeah, this is Jimbo, and he's sitting third. Dude, Jalen Hurts is a phenomenal fantasy quarterback, not a phenomenal actual quarterback.
Has he been doing okay in fantasy?
Yeah, Jalen Hurts, dude, he's like
because he runs for so many touchdowns. I don't have him on any team.
Yeah. But he's not. He's like the second best, but he's got the most overthrows or throws out of bounds, I think, in the league. But yeah, dude, James is sitting with a B+. I mean, he's always making a playoff run, and it's
Wait, if you're giving him a B+, then I'm giving him a B- because this kid has never made a B in his life, and I want him to have a B in fantasy. I mean, he literally was valedictorian. He was literally valedictorian of Jesuit High School. He went to Yale University for undergrad, and he's at Duke Med School. Ladies and gentlemen, this is James Sampignero, 2013 valedictorian. He's never made a B in his life. So Felder's going to give him a B+ and try to round it up to an 89.9 so that he can get a 90 A-. It's not going to happen here on Talkalada. I'm not allowing it to happen. So I'm giving him a B-. That averages out to a B. James, you got a fucking B. Ha.
Hey, man, I tried, Jay. Sorry, buddy.
All right. What's his team name?
His is I forgot, something with LSU.
I'm pulling it up. James' team is the Miami Dolphins.
Dude, before the end, we definitely got to do a recap on the kind of the league rules. I think it's good that people could apply it to their leagues and stuff.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look at this team because we only have about 3 minutes left. I want to cut this off at the 30-minute mark. I mean, first two players on this list, Felge, pretty good. I mean, pretty strong. Who just went down for the season? DJ Chark went out for the season. So Marvin Jones Jr., I mean, I've never drafted a Jaguar in the longest time, but I guess if you're going to have one, it's either Marvin Jones Jr. or Laviska Shenault. Also a great name, by the way.
Great name.
Go ahead, Felge, take it away.
Yeah, this is Taylor, T-Money. Derrick Henry's world, we're just living in it. I mean, the guy is the best running back in the last 10, what's called Danian Tomlinson. Taylor's A-. I mean, DK's good. Josh Jacobs is fine. Odell stinks. But he's got a good team, and he's making a run this year. A-, and he drafts well.
Yeah, I'll give you an A-. I agree. Just a quick run through of our records. So Felger here, our commissioner, is 6-1. The last couple of teams we went through are 4-3. We got 5 teams at 4-3. One of them is James, the valedictorian. The other is Taylor, this team that we're looking at right here with Justin Herbert and Derrick Henry. Then we got 4 teams at 3-4, and then 2 teams at 2-5. We're about to take a look at Felder's team at 6-1, and in first place. Is this it? That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Before, I mean, you're not going to grade yourself, so I'm going to decide on an accurate grade. But before I say that, I do want to mention 2 things. One about James, one about Taylor. Both at 4-3. One, every year we draft, because James is so incredibly smart, every time James makes a pick, there's somebody in the league, and typically it's Felger, who says, "Oh, great pick, dude," and it's like it wasn't that good of a pick. You're just saying that because it's James. So had to mention that. Second thing is Taylor's team. He typically is like fighting for a 5th or 6th spot, but I want everybody to know this: if you're friends with Taylor Varisco, and I'm saying his last name, if you're friends with Taylor Varisco and you ask him if he's ever won this league, I just want you to know that if he's talking about in 2012, 2013, when we were juniors or seniors in high school, he did not win that league. I mathematically was the winner of that league and stupidly listened to Forrest Montgomery when the entire school basically decided y'all are going to do a heptathlon in order to play in the championship game. So just had to note that. I'm sorry. All right. Felge, fine. I'll give you the floor to talk about your team a little bit, just from a bias.
There's no weaknesses. I mean, my only weakness is injury. I mean, that we're just fighting. Saquon doesn't want to stay healthy. The Chubb and Kareem Hunt sitting on IR. I mean, they both went down.
Bro, Miles Sanders has yet to score a touchdown.
Yeah, he's on the trading block. Anyone can have him. You know, I'll trade him for $5.
I'll take him.
Give me $5. All
right, sweet. No, I'm actually serious. Can I Venmo you $5 and you just drop him and I'll pick him up?
Yeah, why not? Dalton Schultz he's been coming on. I mean, this team's an A+, future champ, and I'll just hold that money in my pocket for this year.
Felger's team name, Felger's Funky Bunch. He did leave a review on Talk a Lot on Apple Podcasts under the name Felger's Funky Bunch, and all of you should follow suit because we need some more reviews. We need some more feedback. So we're at the 31-minute mark here. We're gonna wrap this baby up, but first off, I do have to ask you before I give you a grade: who's your running back in place of Saquon if he's out?
TBD, big TBD there. I have nobody.
Well, with that being said, if I were to give you a grade after week 2, like you initially promised you would give us a manifesto, then I would have given you an A+. However, with Barkley suffering from injuries, with Devontae Parker not exciting me too much, I'm just going to give you a firm 94A on this team. Chubb's really good. Amari Cooper's strong. Debo Samuel's strong. Your flex, but Tom Brady and Matt Stafford, you can never go really wrong with either of those guys. Yeah, I like this team a lot. And if Barkley's healthy, it might even be an A+, but I'll give you an A, Felge. All right, last team. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all fantasy football players, I would like to introduce you to the Deviated Septums.
You going to grade your team or what?
No, go ahead.
I'll be quick. Historically, Jack has had several strategies with drafting. 1 year was all rookies. 1 year was all Saints.
1 year was all Bucks.
This year it's all Bucks with the Super Bowl champs. And, Mahomes is really an issue. Cordell has been the pickup of the waiver wire to date.
It's Cordarrelle. If you're going to now analyze my team, you said Cordell.
C. Patterson. I'll call him C. Patterson.
Okay.
He's been great. Julio not healthy at all. Dalvin always consistent. He can make a run here, Colada. Who says no?
Well, because I lose games like to Joseph, who I shouldn't lose to, and now I'm 2-5.
I do say, look, just stock the fridge full of ices. You've done one already on that Thursday night football.
Yeah. That is a rule in our league, folks. If you get the lowest points in a particular week, you have to send a video of you doing an ice. It can be Smirnoff Ice. It can be a Truly, or nobody drinks Truly. White Claw, whatever. Chug something, chug a beer. But nobody's been doing it. And, I'm going to have to see those videos for those who need to.
More money in the pot. Jack, you're getting a D here. D-.
Shit!
D-.
D-?
D-.
Can you give me a D so I'm one letter grade above Joe?
All right, you can have a D.
Yes.
Give you a D.
Yes.
Give you a D. But dude,
Lamb on the bench, dude.
you got to put in CD, and you got to plug in your guys. I might even go Gaskin over Julio. I don't know, man. Julio's been a disaster.
I might go Patterson, Dalvin Cook, and Gaskin as my 2 RBs and flex, and then obviously sub CD Lamb in for either Callaway or Smith.
Yeah.
I don't know though. I'll have to decide. All right. What else do you want to go over before? That's the 12-man team. What's the name of the league, Felge?
Metairie, I think it's Metairie League or Metairie Real Jobs or something. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, Metairie Professional League, and then you like put all the states that we're in: Louisiana, Texas, North Carolina. Yeah.
Closing remarks. I think if there's any takeaways, it's the chug on Thursday has been a great rule for fantasy. You know, I think
do we have a last place punishment?
We got the last place punishment. It's like 7 different things. My favorite, which obviously the person has to be single to do it, is which would be great. Which would be great is that the hinge date, but the league gets to choose who you go on the date on. Would be very intriguing.
I swear, I know I'm gonna get this. I'm like the only single person in the league.
There's a couple.
Trevor, I guess.
We got that Waffle House. Run a 5K in a dress or a suit. Take the SAT. So there's options. There's no excuse this year, Jack.
We should make the 5K like an official race, like the Crescent City Classic or something.
Yeah,
or like the Turkey Day race. Well, no, Turkey Day race. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Any last words? Any last thoughts?
Man, just appreciate the time, and fantasy is fun. It's definitely fun keeping people together. So I'm glad we've had it for so long. Good deal going.
Yep. If anybody likes this video, I'm gonna do another one for my big league. The guys in this league hate when I call it the big league, but we do pay $150 entry fee. So what's our entry fee? 60.
No, I think it's 75. But yeah, the big league is just Jack's excuse when he's like, well, this isn't even the big league, so it doesn't even matter what happens.
Yeah, it's like I'm 2-5 in last place in this league, so I'll just kind of like enter into the group me in this league and just be like, y'all want to know what's going on in my big league? All right. All that aside, hope you enjoyed this. Matt Felger, our guest, ladies and gentlemen, give a final closing remarks from me is just a quick heads up. Thursday at 12 p.m., have lunch with me and Fletcher Mackle. We'll be live. We will be podcasting. We will be talking about the Saints. We'll make some predictions. We'll make some picks. Obviously too late to listen to the latter half of my podcast with Croy McClendon, DJ Gator, because we make picks for week 7. But if you want to hear the first part, so we got 9 episodes so far. This will be number 10 with Felger, and Fletcher Mackle's coming up on Thursday at 12 p.m. And you sure you don't have anything else to say, buddy?
That's all I got, man. Go Pels. Hey, Pels got the first W. We're on a 1-game win streak.
It was a nasty win for the Saints, but the Saints and the Pels won on the same night. That doesn't happen often, folks.
Dude, and last thing, and Astros are tonight. Game 1 of World Series. Last time they're in the World Series, we tried to bulldog into Minute Maid, and it did not happen.
We went up to the will call at Minute Maid Park and dropped Rick George's name, who at one point was the CEO of the Texas Rangers, and they were actually looking around like they had some tickets under his name, but it didn't work. We actually also tried to take the garbage. We also tried to help the garbage men. We were like, I got into the stadium at one point. I got into the stadium and was like helping the guy with the garbage, bringing it to the dumpster. And then I tried to just casually walk back in with the maintenance men. Yeah. And they were like, I don't think you're supposed to be with us here, buddy.
You gotta try. So
very good times. Astros and Braves, 2 teams that I kind of like grew up liking. Obviously being in New Orleans, we're smack dab in the middle of, Houston and Atlanta. So a lot of New Orleans guys are going to have some bets and some action on this game. I mean, really the 3 teams I even check on or care about in the MLB are the Rangers, the Astros, and the Braves, being the 2 teams from Texas and the 1 team from Atlanta. I like the Braves. I want the Braves to win. Sorry, Felge.
Yeah, it's brutal. I couldn't find my Astros jersey, but dude, it's a win-win for Nola.
Yeah.
We're going off the rails here, but it's a win-win for Nola. So it's all that matters for us.
All right, we're gonna end this thing. This is Talk a Lotta, and keep talking a lot of sports.